Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing some Christmas baking as well as decorating a little bit for Christmas. Later this evening we're going to be putting up our Christmas tree. We're also going to do some window shopping, and this afternoon I'm going to be working on some Christmas DIY projects that you could try as well. So stay tuned for all that. I'm so glad you're here. Last week we were actually out of town visiting some loved ones, and it actually snowed here in Ontario while we were gone. So it was really fun coming home to a fresh blanket of snow. Mind you, it's all melted now, but it definitely helped to get into a little bit of the Christmas mood. I thought it would be a great morning for a Christmas breakfast, and I was going to make cinnamon rolls. I had my recipe picked and everything, but I opted for a bit of a healthier option. I just finished up a gingerbread baked oatmeal. I will share the recipe here in a little bit, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I really hope you enjoy it and feel encouraged, inspired, and motivated here on my channel. It is nap time right now, and so I'm gonna take advantage of this time while my baked oatmeal is baking to work on a little DIY project. So the project I'm gonna work on is making a Christmas ornament for my baby, like a baby's first Christmas ornament. This I got from Michael's, and it was only $3, so that is a great deal. So for now, I'm just going to get started on painting the background, and I have to figure out some sort of design for these houses. So I have the background painted. I'm gonna leave it for now, and I'll come back to this later and add a lot more detail. So to make this gingerbread oatmeal, you're gonna start with 3 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. You'll add 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 3.5 tablespoons of molasses, 1.5 cups of milk, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You'll give that a really good mix, and then add 2.5 cups of rolled oats, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon sea salt, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, and 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. The recipe I'm using also calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, which I don't have, so I just didn't use that, and it tasted great to me. Once that is all mixed, you'll transfer it to a baking dish. I greased mine, and then you can pop it in the oven at 375 for about 40 minutes, like 35-40 minutes, until a knife comes out clean. Here is our baked oatmeal. It looks really good. It smells delicious. It really does smell like gingerbread. I'm excited to try it. I'm thinking I do want to make some sort of cream cheese frosting to go on top of the oatmeal, because I think that would be delicious. When I do cream cheese frosting, I like to just use cream cheese, obviously, a little bit of maple syrup, and a little bit of vanilla. You don't need much, and it makes it so delicious. Okay, let's try it out. I'm a little skeptical on the icing. It seems a little bit too runny, but let's see. Wow. Ooh, that's good. It really tastes like gingerbread. That is really delicious. You'll definitely want to check it out if you're looking for a healthier breakfast option that still has that holiday flair. I'll leave the recipe that I use down in the description box. So I just want to encourage you that you do not need to spend a bunch of money to create simple and sentimental Christmas pieces like this ornament. This cost me less than $5. Even if you don't feel confident painting or doing crafts and things like that, there's so many videos and free guides online that you can use. But you shouldn't feel like you have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff at Christmas time. Sometimes the simple little homemade things are actually what end up being the most special. This is how the ornament turned out. I think it's really cute. I just added with a fine tip Sharpie Danny's first Christmas, and then what I'm going to do is I'll take a picture of him probably in his Christmas pajamas, and just put it in here. It has these little tabs that I can remove to add a photo, and hopefully this will be something that we will treasure for years to come. I've just been playing around with rearranging this coffee bar with the hot cocoa additions. I like these here. It's kind of awkward with 3 of them. I'm not sure where to put them. I tried it up top here. It didn't look quite right. So I'll probably play around with it a little bit more, but I think this is good for now. Next up, I have some ribbon that I really want to use around the house. So I have a couple different ideas. I really wanted to find like the classic goldish yellow ribbon, and I did find it on Amazon, but it was pretty expensive, and these were a much more affordable option. So I have this velvet green. I love the color of this. And then also this red one that has like a gold trim on the edge, which is really beautiful. So what I plan to do is add some actually to this picture frame, maybe a picture frame downstairs as well. There are so many things that you can use ribbon for at Christmas time in decorating, and it's a really, really simple and relatively cheap option for decorating. You can add ribbon, of course, to gifts, to picture frames. You can even make bows to hang with your stockings, or bows on a railing, adding it to a garland. There's so many options. I really wanted to get a greenery garland to go up there along the divide, but I couldn't find one that I liked. So maybe I'll keep an eye out at like a thrift store or something for next year. But for now, I'm happy with my ribbon, and we're going to add it to a few places around the house. I thought I would do a little Christmas gallery wall tour. So this painting, I actually painted. The frame I thrifted. I think it was like a couple dollars. So that was a score. I've had this up for a long time, but you saw me just add the Christmas ribbon, adds a nice festive flair without actually changing the print. And then over here, I actually just put some scrapbook paper in this frame. So I just cut it to size. It looks really festive. That's another really inexpensive way to decorate, is just using paper. And this print up here I got from Etsy. It's from North Prints. They have lots of beautiful downloadable artwork. This looks like an oil painting. It's like a farmhouse, and I thought it just looked super, super cozy, and I actually plan to leave this up all winter long. So this is the arrangement that we have going on, and I'm really happy about it. This little tree was our first tree when we lived in our apartment, and I just put these wooden beads on and just a few ornaments. Most of our ornaments are more sentimental ones, and they will go on our big tree downstairs. So these are the stocking labels that I used last year for me and Silas. These ribbons I'm going to replace. They're just looking kind of ratty, and also last year they kept falling apart. So I'm going to replace the ribbons and actually add these beads that just match a little bit better. And then I also need to make one for Danny. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just going to thread the ribbon through the clay, and then I'll just give myself a good amount of ribbon and I'll start adding the beads. Now these I realized are pretty small, so with the other one I ran into the issue of not being able to fit the ribbon through. Originally I wanted to like loop the ribbon like this and then add the beads on both of the ribbon sides, but that was not working. It was just too thick. Sometimes when you do DIY projects, they go super smooth, and then sometimes there are just a lot of hoops to jump through. So this ribbon was too thick, and then the floss was too thick. I tried using a sewing needle to get it through, but my floss was too thick for the sewing needle. So this is what we are doing. It's taking a long time, and sometimes it gets kind of stuck in there, but hopefully the end result will be worth it. So here's the end product. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think they're really sweet and simple. I like these beads a lot better. And here's Mr. Danny's that I just finished. So now we have a complete set. We're gonna wait to hang these up with our stockings this evening when we put up the tree. Right now, actually, we're going to head out as a family to do some window shopping. And then when we get back this evening, we'll spend some time putting up the rest of our Christmas decor. We did not get anything except for what we set out to find, which was these houses. So these are the two houses that we picked up today at the store. And then this is the house that we already had. So we had two little ones, and now we have the two large ones for Silas and my stocking, and then the little one for Danny's stocking. So I'm gonna set these up, then we're gonna make dinner, and later on we'll start setting up the Christmas tree. I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks so much for joining me today as we did a lot of Christmas decorating and some DIY projects as well as baking. I had so much fun. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I would appreciate it so much if you would like this video and also subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I hope you guys are having a cozy and peace-filled Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you next. Bye.